There comes a moment in every person's life when the soul begins to feel heavy with thoughts that never belonged to you, heavy with emotions you never knew how to carry, heavy with battles you never asked to fight. And in these quiet moments, your spirit whispers for release, for renewal, for cleansing. Like a warm cup held between your hands on a cold morning, God offers you something deeper than a drink. He offers you a spiritual remedy, a divine tea that doesn't cleanse the body, but cleanses the soul. A drink you don't swallow with your mouth, but with your spirit. A drink that does not contain herbs, but healing. Not leaves, but liberation. Not flavors, but freedom. This is not about making demons flee because of liquid. This is about your soul becoming so filled with God's presence that darkness cannot remain. It is about choosing peace so deeply, so intentionally, that emotional and spiritual demons lose their power. The Bible uses simple objects, water, oil, herbs, wine, bread, not because they hold supernatural power, but because they symbolize what God does within a willing heart. What you are about to drink is not found in a cup. It is found in surrender. It is found in silence. It is found in prayer. It is found in letting God touch the places inside you that no one knows about. Imagine holding a warm cup. The steam rises like a prayer lifting from the deepest places of your heart. The warmth touches your fingers the way God's comfort touches your brokenness. You inhale gently. As you breathe in, your spirit softens. As you exhale, your burdens loosen. In that moment, peace begins, stillness begins, spiritual cleansing begins. The darkness that once felt strong begins to tremble, because demons thrive in chaos, but they suffocate in peace. They thrive in noise, but they flee in stillness. They thrive in confusion, but they break in clarity. And God's presence brings all three: peace, stillness, and clarity. With every symbolic sip, something within you shifts. You begin to release the tension in your shoulders. You release the heaviness in your heart. Your thoughts become lighter. Your emotions become calmer. The enemy cannot hold on to someone who is choosing alignment with God. When you drink the tea of stillness, anxiety loses its grip. When you drink the tea of gratitude, depression weakens. When you drink the tea of forgiveness, bitterness is forced to leave. When you drink the tea of truth, deception breaks. When you drink the tea of worship, darkness trembles. And when you drink the tea of prayer, spiritual heaviness evaporates. You are not drinking plants. You are drinking clarity. You are drinking peace. You are drinking restoration. You are drinking strength. Every sip represents a decision. Your decision to let go of the things trying to break you from the inside. Your decision to step out of emotional bondage. Your decision to step into spiritual power. God does his greatest work in peaceful hearts, and the enemy does his greatest work in disturbed hearts. This is why peace is warfare. This is why calmness is armor. This is why resting in God is strategy. When your heart rests, the enemy panics. When your mind settles, demons lose influence. When your spirit rises, darkness falls. The Bible tells you, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is divine weaponry. When your heart enters God's presence, darkness loses every hiding place. When your breath slows and your mind focuses on God, the spiritual clutter that once overwhelmed you begins to scatter. Imagine taking another sip. Feel the warmth travel through your chest. It settles deep inside you, melting the emotional ice that formed from years of disappointment, rejection, or betrayal. Something begins to unclench inside. Your soul is releasing the things you didn't know you were holding. Now imagine the tea of forgiveness. Warm, gentle, healing. As you sip it, anger loosens. Old wounds lose their poison. The weight you carried on your chest becomes lighter. You forgive, not to excuse what was done to you, but to free yourself from the chains of emotional imprisonment. When forgiveness enters, bitterness leaves. It flees because bitterness cannot survive where healing flows. Now imagine the tea of truth, sharp, pure, illuminating. When you drink truth, every lie whispered into your spirit begins to crumble. Lies about your worth, lies about your future, lies about your identity, lies about your purpose. Truth is spiritual disinfectant. It exposes, it heals, it empowers, and deception flees your body. Now picture the tea of gratitude. It tastes like light. It feels like sunrise within your chest. Gratitude reminds you of every storm you survived. It reminds you that God protected you in battles others never saw. It reminds you are still standing, still breathing, still rising. A grateful heart is untouchable because gratitude blinds darkness. It eliminates hopelessness. And demons cannot stay in a heart that continually looks for God's goodness. Then comes the tea of worship, deep, powerful, consuming. When you drink worship, your spirit rises above your circumstances. Your atmosphere shifts. The chains the enemy wrapped around your emotions begin to snap because worship invites God in. And when God enters a space, everything not from him must leave immediately. Fear leaves, confusion leaves, depression leaves, emotional attachments to the past leave, and every demon assigned to drain you weakens and flees. Then comes the tea of prayer, steady, grounding, purifying. As you sip it, prayer flows out of your soul like living water. Prayer strengthens your inner world. Prayer builds walls around your spirit that darkness cannot penetrate. Prayer opens doors that burdens tried to close. Prayer makes you spiritually unshakable. And as you drink deeply, God starts healing the parts of you that were never shown to the world. He heals the secret wounds, the silent battles, the unspoken pain, the hidden breaking points. Day by day, sip by sip, decision by decision, you begin to transform. Your inner world becomes quieter. Your mind becomes clearer. Your emotions become stronger. Your heart becomes softer. Your spirit becomes brighter. People around you begin to notice. They may not see what changed, but they feel it. Your energy becomes peaceful. Your presence becomes grounded. Your voice becomes calm. Your eyes hold new light. Not because of tea, but because God has healed you through moments of spiritual alignment. You are becoming someone darkness cannot touch, someone spiritual heaviness cannot break, someone emotional demons cannot cling to, someone whose soul is too full of God to be filled with anything else. Drink this symbolic tea, this spiritual restoration, and watch your inner world change. Drink the tea of forgiveness and bitterness flees. Drink the tea of truth and deception flees. Drink the tea of gratitude and hopelessness flees. Drink the tea of worship and fear flees. Drink the tea of prayer and darkness flees. Drink the tea of stillness and anxiety flees. The transformation happening inside you is not temporary. It is divine. It is intentional. It is supernatural. You are stepping into a season where your soul is healthy, your mind is stable, your heart is strong, and your spirit is unstoppable. You are drinking peace. You are drinking healing. You are drinking clarity. You are drinking strength. You are drinking God's presence into the deepest parts of your being. And where God dwells, demons cannot. Drink this and live better. Drink this and rise higher. Drink this and watch darkness flee your life forever.